Good morning, students. Welcome back to history class. Dear students, in this video we are going to complete the lesson and we will complete the syllabus for the first term examination. I already mentioned the syllabus no? 2 lessons from history, that is the Indus Valley civilization and the Vedic culture. From history, 2 lessons. And from civics, 1 lesson, that is making of the Constitution of India. I have already explained the lesson thoroughly, so please revise the lesson. Okay. And the remaining topics of these lessons are education of the Aryans, their food, their dress, the religious belief, and the economy. Already we have in the previous video I have explained the 4 varnas or the varnashramas, the caste or the class division in the Vedic society. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and the Shudras are the 4 varnas, please remember, and their occupation. And what was the condition of these varnashramas in the early Vedic period and in the later Vedic period? In the early Vedic period, please remember what was early Vedic period. When the Aryans lived in the Sapta Sindhu region, it was known as the early Vedic period, Rig Vedic period. Later Vedic period, we know that later Vedic period, when the Aryans occupied the whole of North India, when they settled in the Aryavarta region, it was known as the later Vedic period. And we have learned caste system became more rigid during the later Vedic period. Okay. And then we heard about the 4 ashramas, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. According to Aryan tradition, they divide their lifespan into 4 different stages. They divided their life period into 4 different stages. Brahmacharya, from birth to 25 or 25 years, Brahmacharya. During this time, the person was busy with study. Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya. Then Brahmacharya lasted up to 25. During this period, the people was expected to acquire knowledge in Gurukula and observe strict discipline. Brahmacharya. After Brahmacharya, there was Grihastha. Grihastha ashrama. Man was supposed to marry and raise a family. As a householder, he was to take responsibility of maintaining his family. This period lasted from the age of 25 to 50. So, first stage was Brahmacharya. From birth to 25 years. From 25 to 50 it was Grihastha ashrama. And third one was Vanaprastha ashrama, 50 to 75 years. The third stage of human life in the Vedic civilization was the Vanaprastha, and the 4th stage was Sannyasa. Leading what is that? His secular life, in the forest. Man had to leave everything forever and go into meditation in order to attain moksha or salvation. Moksha or salvation. Once again, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa were the 4 ashramas, 4 stages of human life in the Vedic culture. It is not varnashramas. Varnashrama means the caste division. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and the Shudras, and we have learned their respective occupations also. And now it is about the education. The method of education followed by Aryans. Education was imparted through private gurukulas. The residence of the Guru, called the Gurukul, meaning the family of the Guru, hard became the most sacred institution. Gurukula system of education. Gurukula. Aryans and their system. The parents send their children to the Guru's home And these Gurukulas were often located on the outskirts of the city, means it is not in the city. And sometimes what we can say, these were in the forest. The students lived there. The Guru treated his students like his own children. The student was required to do household chores, means household works for his teacher. He had to get up early in the morning, take a bath, and chant the Vedic mantras. Most of the teaching was done orally. At the completion of the education, a student used to give Guru Dakshina, a gift to his teacher. The Gurus were greatly respected and revered. The main object of education was to bring about physical, mental, and spiritual development of the peoples. So it was the method of education followed by the Aryans, Gurukula system of education. Gurukula means, or Gurukul means, family of the Guru. There the student and the teacher lived together, and the Gurus were what we can say all-rounders. Okay, and they taught the children regarding the subjects of ethics, mathematics, grammar, Puranas, Vedas, logic, military science. Okay, the Guru. There was complete discipline, and the students had to get up early in the morning. Okay, so there what we can say life in the Gurukul. Okay, after completing the education, the student used to give Guru Dakshina. You know what is Guru Dakshina? Okay, the famous place of Gurus were there. Guru Dakshina and Gurukula system of education. You have to explain Gurukula system of education. Okay, and now the women teachers named Maitreyi and Gargi were considered gifted and were greatly respected. Okay, two lady teachers, no? Gurus say Maitreyi and Gargi. Now we are the food of the Aryans. Food, dress, and amusement time pass. The main cereal produced by Rigvedic people was barley. Wheat and rice were not known to them. Okay, Rigvedic period. However, in later Vedic times, there is evidence to using rice, brigi, or in Aryans domesticated cows and used milk and milk products like curd, butter, ghee, etc. They consumed soma, a kind of intoxicating drink, during festivals and religious ceremonies. Okay, on festivals and what we can say these important days, no? Okay, religious ceremonies. So they used to drink somaras. Okay, the Aryans wore simple cloth. They consisted of an undergarment called nivi or dhoti, in upper piece called vasa or shirt. The cloth of the Aryans. An overgarment was known as adivasa, a loose piece of cloth. Men wore turbans. It is about the clothes used by the Aryans. There were customs of wearing animal skins. Some of the sadhus or hermits wore deer skin known as mrikchal. Men kept long hair. Ornaments were worn by both men and women. The ornaments were made of gold, silver, ivory, and precious stones. Some of the common items of jewelry were earrings, rings, anklets, bracelets, necklaces, etc. So it is about the food, dress, and amusement of the Rigvedic period, Aryans of the Rigvedic period and the later Vedic period. The main amusement in both the Vedic period were both the Vedic period and the early Vedic and later Vedic: chariot races, horse races, dancing, singing, and hunting. And the chief musical instruments used by the Aryans were drum, flute, mridang, and lute. Lute means tambura. Okay. People participated in competitive sports, festivals, and gambling. So the life of the Aryans, what were their main amusements? Chariot racing was their horse races. Okay. Dancing, singing, and about the dress we have learned, food we have learned, and our religious beliefs of the Aryans. Okay. We already know in the early Vedic period, they worship in the open air. Okay. The people in the Vedic age worshipped forces of nature, early Vedic period. They personified these natural forces and looked upon them as living beings to whom they gave human or animal attributes. Okay. Regard a quality or a feature. A large number of gods are mentioned in the Rig Veda. We have already learned Rig Veda, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and the other Veda. 4 Vedas, Vedic culture. The most important among these gods were Indra, Indra Mahadev. We know. And about Indra, there were 250 hymns in the Rig Veda. Okay. So he was a famous god. He is also known as the Purandara or breaker of the force and Jitendra, a winner in Hindi. He is considered as the rain of God, who is responsible for bringing rainfall. Indra Mahadev, no? So I didn't understand their belief Indra Mahadev is the, what is that? God of rain. Okay. The second position is held by Agni, the fire god. He is regarded as an intermediary between gods and men, for he consumes the sacrificial offerings and carries them to gods in the form of smoke. So the Aryans had what we call a sacrifice, yet they conducted. And we know that during the Yajna, the Pandit offer many things. Okay, Agni. Then, listen, the third position is occupied by Varuna, the god of waters, clouds, oceans and rivers. He determines the path for all stars in heaven. Varuna is regarded as the upholder of natural or cosmic order, universal order. Indra, Agni, Varuna, and the other gods, Vayu, the god of wind, Surya, sun god, Yama, lord of the dead, Rudra, god of storms, etc. Okay, Rudra Mahadev, Yamaraj. Okay, Vayu means the gods. The Aryans worshipped these gods in the early Vedic period. Okay, the Vedic Aryans also worshipped some goddesses. The most important female goddesses was Usha, the goddess of dawn. Okay, other important female deities were Prithvi, the personification of the earth, Aditi, the great mother of gods. Okay, Ratri, the spirit of the night, Haranyani, the lady of the forest, Dishana, the goddess of vegetation. Please remember these names, no? Prithvi, Usha, okay, Dishana, okay, Ratri, Haranyani. However, in the later Vedic age, Prajapati, the creator or Brahma, became the supreme god, and Indra and Agni lost their former significant importance. So, in the later Vedic period, these Indra, Varuna, Vayu lost their significant importance. Then what happened? So, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Vishnu came to be regarded as the preserver and protector of the people, and Shiva as destroyer of the universe. You know that Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So in the later Vedic period, no. So these gods came into prominence. Okay. And the sacrifices, the rituals, with religious evolution, simplicity of nature worship was lost. Rituals and sacrifices, that is yajnas, became a daily routine. Besides the yajnas performed by kings, the common people performed small yajnas, during which milk, ghee, grains and fruits were offered to the deities. During these sacrifices or yajnas, the people, offered many things to the god, no? I mean milk, ghee, grains. The rich people and businessmen conducted bigger sacrifice. During such yajnas, okay, the Purohit or the Pandit received gold, expensive clothes and a large number of cows as gift, Dakshina. Giving Dakshina was also a ritual and a pious duty. Ritualism had gained so strong roots that even a small deviation while performing certain worship was considered a sin. So, the religion of the Vedic people during the early Vedic period and the later Vedic period. The religion was very simple in the early Vedic period, no? So they worshipped the natural forces, Indra Mahadev, Varuna, Vayu, Agni, Prithvi, Usha. But later Vedic period what happened? So the religion became very, very expensive. So they started to conduct the yajnas, large scale yajnas were there, small scale were there. So religion became very, very expensive. Okay. And the new doctrines, there are Brahmins were responsible for bringing about many innovations and evolving new doctrines. More emphasis was laid on penance called tapasya, which became ritualistic. Okay. The new doctrines included the doctrine of karma, action, dharma, duty, and moksha, salvation. The belief in rebirth gained roots. Consequently, all these innovations strengthened the position of the Brahmins. So, in the later Vedic period, no, the Brahmins became a very, very powerful group in the religion. The Brahmins were said to have divine powers. No ritual or religious celebration would commence without the presence of the Brahmins. So, in the later Vedic period, what happened? So the Brahmins got importance, no? And their presence is very essential for the completion or in order to conduct a yajna. Their presence is important. I know something about the economy of the Aryans economy. Okay. The Rigvedic economy was primarily pastoral. Pastoral means, okay, keeping cattle. For Aryans, cattle was synonymous, same with wealth. A wealthy person was called Gopat. Gopa and Gopati were epithets, saying, okay, then epithets, okay. Epithet means an adjective to phrase or praise expressing a quality or attribute. Epithets given to a king, Gopa, Gopati. In the Rig Veda, Goduli is used as a term for a measure of time. Distance is called Kavayudi and a daughter is called Duhitar or the one who milks the cows. Okay. Compared to the linguistic evidence for cattle rearing in the Rig Veda, agricultural activities find very few references in the early Vedic period. So, early Vedic economy was primarily mainly pastoral, we have learned. Apart from Yava or barley, no other grains are mentioned. There are references to fire being used for burning the forest cover and the practice of shifting cultivation. Okay, references were there. Further, the area received low rainfall and the major rivers mentioned in the Rig Veda were known to change their courses frequently. In these conditions, the alluvial lands near the rivers could not cultivate on a permanent basis. Early Vedic period, what was the important occupation? Okay, and their economy was pastoral. Major changes in the economy took place during the later Vedic period. Importance of agriculture during this period. So in the later Vedic period, no, agriculture was there. The growth of agriculture in the later Vedic period was made possible by the availability of vast tracts of fertile alluvial lands of the Ganga Yamuna Dove and the middle Ganga Valley. So there was the availability of fertile land. Okay. So what happened? So there was the development of agriculture Both archaeological and literary sources depict the intellect of rice as the staple main diet of the people. Okay, in the later Vedic period, no? The Vedic text mentioned Vrihi, Tandula and Sali denoting rice. The later Vedic text also referred to oxen yoke to the plough, suggesting the prevalence of plough cultivation. Towards the end of this period, iron ploughshares and metal tools were used and a variety of crops were cultivated. In the later Vedic period, so agriculture gained importance than the early Vedic period. In the early Vedic period, their economy was mainly based on pastoral activities. And there were other occupations also. The craftsmen mentioned in the Vedic text include leather workers, wheelwright, smiths, and potters. Carpenters were there. Other trade also. There was the beginning of the trade in the later Vedic period. Trade. Many other occupations emerged in the later Vedic period. Okay. So, dear student, this is the lesson of means Vedic culture. No, a lesson about the arrival and the civilization flourished on the banks of many rivers. It was known as the Vedic culture or the Vedic civilization. No. And we have learned many things, so please remember the various sources to know about the Aryans. Literary sources we have learned, no. The 4 Vedas, the allied Vedas we have learned, the 2 epics we have learned. Then we have learned about the archaeological sources. Okay, archaeological sources. And then we have learned about the origin of the Aryans. The different views regarding the origin of the Aryans according to Balaganga Tilak, according to Max Muller. Okay, so please remember their views, no. And A.C. Das, Abhinav Chandra Das, we have learned. What was his view regarding the origin of the Aryans, original home? What was the idea of Swami Dayananda Saraswati regarding the origin of the Aryans? Okay, and then we have learned about the early settlements. Sapta Sindhu or the land of 7 rivers. Okay, then we have learned they changed the name into Brahmavarta or the land of God. From the Brahmavarta region, they gradually or slowly occupied the whole of North India, and then they named the region as Aryavarta or the land of the Aryans. No, Aryavarta means the land of the Aryans. When the Aryans lived in this region, it was known as the later Vedic period. When the Aryans lived in the Brahmavarta region, it was known as the early Vedic period. Early Vedic and later Vedic period, 2 distinct or different periods of the Vedic civilization. Then we have learned about the 4 ashramas, 4 varnashramas we have learned. Okay, varnashrama, the caste system, ashramas, the 4 different stages of life of the Aryans, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Okay, so please revise and learn the lesson and ready for the examination. And we will continue the lessons. Okay, thank you.